Hey everyone. Hey everyone. Sorry about that. A little bit of a voice crack. So, it's Valentine's Day. It's time of love. It's a time of happiness. It's a time to find our significant other. If not in real life, then at least in Genshin Impact. So, I hope you're all ready. I hope you grab yourself some nice beverage. Maybe a box of chocolate, you know? And let's get cozy. Because today, we're gonna do it. We're gonna finally find our one and true love. Now, for some of us, like me, I already found it. However, some of you out there might still be seeking it. So today, we will try and find the love, not just for me, but for all of you. And the way we're gonna do it is very simple. As we all know, there's plenty of characters that you can date within Genshin Impact. Now, some of them are not as appealing as others. For example, Barbara. Not many people want to date her. Diona, nobody cares. Chun-Yun, some weird people like him. Bennett, I like personally, but he's like 16. Noelle, some people have weird thing for maid. Toma, some people like playboys. So, that aside, today, we have every single character unlocked, every single date, and we're gonna go through them one by one. We're gonna find it, our true love today. So let's begin with our boy Hazel. We're gonna see what he's all about, and we're gonna go in as one and true man, the biggest man of them all, John Lee. So nobody can resist our charm. Today, we're gonna do it, finally. So let's begin. Let's see, what's the quest? There we go. Alright, Hazel, I'm coming for you. He's not gonna even know what's hit him. We're just gonna swoop in with a box of tea and the charisma of a dragon. We're gonna just capture his heart and his wallet at the same time, because he's gonna pay for everything. Zhongli doesn't have any money. So we're gonna be very suave, very smooth, and get right into it.
What if the traveler is also unavailable? What am I supposed to do?
Hey everyone. Hey Levon, hey Greg, hey Doug. Sorry I didn't greet you at first, but you know what? There was an intro to be made. And goddammit, we made it. Now let's focus on what we're here for. Don't get distracted, guys. It's very important. Because I'm not doing it just for myself. I'm doing it for all of you. Because, you know, everybody needs some love in their life. And today I'm going to try to help you find it.
Well, that's your problem. It was your choice to get into this mess. Oh, but fortunately for you, it appears your savior has just arrived.
Ah, traveler. Great, you made it.
Good luck, Doug. Be a warrior. Go with the heart of a lion. And everything will go well.
Well, it's not like you were ever really busy to begin with.
Songo? Compared to the traveler, you're the one who has too much free time.
No, I'm very busy. I'm busy standing here. I have to stand here all day.
That's a very tiring task. As somebody that stands a lot, I can relate.
Even if it's a commission you're unwilling to take, your excuse is just pathetic.
Alright, Ryuji. No need to be rude.
Yes, that's why I've asked you to come over. Allow me to explain. A key member of the Tenryou Commission has recently gone missing. No one has seen them, and their whereabouts are currently unknown. The Tenryou Commission has entrusted us to find this person discreetly because it would be a hassle for them to look for this person openly for a variety of reasons. Their name is...
Oh, I know the name.
Kujosara. That's right. The general has gone missing.
Alright, did a 180 on me there. Jesus. Alright. Fair enough.
If the general was really missing, the Tenryo Commission would have flipped Inazuma on its head by now. And do you think they would only commission us for a case like that?
Alright, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, I'm about to burn this place down. Don't you dare fool me the third time, because then you might disappear.
Please ignore
I'm not
Sango's
playing around
nonsense,
today.
Traveler. In fact, the missing person's name is Shikanoin Heizo.
Alright, that's what I wanted to hear. When it comes to love, there's no time for jokes, okay? There's only hot passion to be and gotten. And we're gonna get it.
He works as a special detective at the police station. Although his rank is merely a doshin, he is quite competent and held in high regard by the police station.
Do they think he's more competent than me?
Yes.
We get that you don't want to help Sango, but could you at least try not to make things more difficult here? Sorry, Traveler. Even though I accepted the commission, as you can see, Sango's less than thrilled to be involved in this case.
Nope, not even close.
Alright, if it's not about the money, then what is it?
If you really want to know why, it's because I absolutely refuse to deal with that brat's nonsense.
Don't you dare speak to my boy like that.
The only news that could make me happier than Shikanoin has gone missing would be Shikanoin has been missing for 100 years.
Alright, Sango, you have some attitude issues here. And I'm not dealing with it today.
Needless to say, Sango and Heizo have a bit of a history.
Is it a romantic type? Because then I'm into it.
Well, it's a little more serious than that.
Oh, okay. Fair.
According to Sango, Heizo was an obstacle in her path to the Temple of Truth.
I mean, seeking truth is a pretty important thing.
Like a yappy dog that was constantly in the way.
Alright, that does smell like a bit of a back and forth going on.
Even though Heizo has a unique personality, he's actually a nice guy. Really, I've learned a lot from him. So I can't just ignore this case, even if Sango doesn't approve. At the very least, I could entrust the commission to someone capable and trustworthy, like you, Traveler.
I wouldn't do that, but you're the one paying for your assumptions here, not me.
Huh? No, it's not like that. Listen, I'll pay the entire amount originally promised by the Tenryo Commission, and I'll even personally throw in some additional funds. I'm really hoping you can take this commission, Traveler. If Heizo truly is in danger, I know he'll be safer with you by his side.
Doc, I'm pretty sure that's quite understandable. I don't think you would talk about sending your crush to jail, unless you're talking about love jail, because then that's kind of interesting. That's an interesting approach. I mean, jokes aside, I hope it goes well for you, Doc. As I said, just don't be nervous and go for it.
Actually, we get along great. But Sango has always asked me to keep my distance and not to act like I know him in public settings.
So be a tsundere type guy. I'm into it.
So, when people ask, I usually just say I've met Shikanoin a few times. If it hadn't been for today's incident, well, let's not get into that. Anyway, could you please help look for him?
Alright, you convinced me. Let's do it.
Well, that's about all I have to tell you. Oh, please take this commission letter from the police station. If you find Heizo, return there and report back to them.
Oh, no worries, Greg. Have a good one. As I said, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Alright, let's get going, guys. We have people to seduce here. Heizo is our first suspect. And we're gonna shoot him with some lava arrows today.
it's you, the captain of Swordfish 2? My name is Shibata. I'm in charge of the watch here. May I inquire as to what the captain needs?
Indeed so. I'm looking for a specific gentleman right here. Pretty short.
So
Red hair?
Shikano Heizo, huh? Yes, I'm familiar with the detective. He used to stroll around the area.
Alright, that makes it easier then.
Her Excellency had assigned me to keep a close eye on him at the time, fearing that he would do something unpleasant, but I eventually realized that he acted more like he was on a trip or something. Come to think of it, I believe he was recently spotted in the area east of the Sanganamiya Shrine. Please feel free to go there and take a look for yourself.
Fair enough, let's go. I mean, nobody can resist Zhongli's charm. So we get it done pretty quickly, as you would expect. From the master of seduction himself.
Come on, you guys. I'm nothing but a poor tourist with empty pockets. Please, you can just let me go.
Shut up and stay put.
No, my sword!
Alright lads, pack it in. Not today. Today we have love to seek. And you disrupted it. Which I don't appreciate. So get out. Alright Hazel, what do you have to say for yourself?
Well, look who it is.
That's what I should be saying.
I was wondering who could be valiant enough to wipe the floor with these guys so easily. Turns out it was the distinguished traveler.
Oh my.
Really, I can't thank you enough.
I mean, you do speak the truth, Doc, but unfortunately, Zhongli doesn't have a date. I wish we could date Zhongli, are you kidding me? Unfortunately, we gotta take what we have. Can't be picky today.
Of course I was aware of you long before you arrived in Inazuma. Though the Sakoku decree managed to keep the country locked up, it wasn't able to stop the incredible stories about you.
Ooh, sounds intriguing. Okay.
Every day, all of those little stories would come scurrying over to my desk, like files with little feet.
Okay. I think we have a fan. Which is good, which is good. Makes it easier.
I was actually thinking about going to meet you once I wrapped up the business at hand. Who would have guessed that you'd show up first?
Well, what can I say? I mean, I'm always subverting expectations and going above and beyond for everything.
I got so excited I nearly forgot to introduce myself.
Oh, of course. Go on.
The name's Shikano Heizo, Special Detective of the Tenryou Commission. It's a pleasure to meet you, Traveler.
Pleasure is all mine.
I wish you all the best on your journey through Tibet, by the way.
Likewise, I guess.
I guess that means I've taken over as the main character in your story today.
Ooh, that's a bold statement. But I like it. Okay, go on.
I've always heard that you take commissions from all kinds of people, helping everyone out with everything you can imagine.
That is true.
So now it's my turn to take your help, huh? Don't mind if I do.
Alright.
That was already obvious to me. It's no coincidence that you've arrived here.
It has all been planned all along.
Because that would be the stuff of an epic novel. The two protagonists of the story both travel to Watatsumi Island by chance and cross paths as if by fate.
The only thing that would make it more epic if it crossed blades, made friends along the way that way. But unfortunately Hazel doesn't wield a blade, so we gotta skip that part.
The traveler from afar heroically rescues the weak and defenseless detective from the clutches of the ruthless Nobushi.
Okay.
Traveler, you are so dreamy.
Ooh, I mean, ooh. Yeah. I think we're in, guys. I think we're getting there. We're pretty close.
Unfortunately, though, I don't believe in coincidences. So, guessing you came to me on the police station's commission, didn't you?
Oh, hey, Delight. Hopefully you're doing okay. I hope you're ready for some love seeking, if you will.
I'm a detective. Can you guess what gave it away?
I mean, many things, honestly. Your attire, your look in your eyes, the handsome grin that you have going on. I mean, many things. But I'm pretty sure that the first one was because you are known as a detective. It's like your occupation. But that's just a rough guess. It has nothing to do with that. Oh, okay. Choices. Alright. So let's see. Let's analyze our choices. So, did you deduce it from my demeanor? That's a good one. That's a good one. We're like sliding right in. We're like casually asking it. Talking about emotions. That's a good one. That's a good one. Did you deduce it from what I said? Now, this shows that you pay attention to your partner, which is a good one as well because it shows that you care about what they say. Now, an oracle is a bold one because it shows that you are a little bit quirky. You're a little bit of a loose cannon here and there. Some people like that. Some people like that. Did you use it from what I'm wearing? Now, there's a little bit of visual appeal. It makes them think that you pay attention to their visual attire. Now, that could be a double-edged sword because some people don't like that. Some people think that you only care about their outer appearance. So, I would say no to these two. It's between either demeanor or what they said. Now, I'd go with demeanor because it's a little bit of a, 50-50 choice. And I like the sense of danger.
Sounds like you already have some ideas about the work of a detective.
Okay.
Let me ask you this. What's that your little sidekick is holding? If I'm not mistaken, it's a commission letter from the police station.
Oh, hey, Alex. Right, I think that one went pretty well. It didn't go into red, it didn't go into green. I think we just, casually started the conversation, which is good. We don't want to go straight in. We don't want to, go full hog straight into it. We're going to ease ourselves in.
What? Paimon's just here to take a look.
Alright, Paimon, come on, don't be a third wheel. Just be a good wing woman.
And hey, who are you calling a little sidekick? Paimon was worried he might be in danger, so Paimon came to help.
Alright, Doug. As I said, hide over line. Just go in there with confidence. And whatever happens, happens, I wish you all the best. On your journey to seek love. Go forth, my brave warrior. I believe in you. Just remember, picture Zhongli. Picture what will Zhongli do. And may luck be with you. That's the best advice I can give.
Why are you two staring at Paimon? Is Paimon not supposed to be here?
Kinda, I mean, we kinda on the day, Paimon, and you kinda ruined it. I'll forgive you.
Yeah, I'm also just taking a look.
He can look, but you can't.
Look at what? What are we talking about, Paimon?
Oh, come on. Don't be like that. After all, this is the first time I've seen a voice. I must admit, I'm most intrigued.
I'm a little bit confused what we're talking about, but okay. I'll pretend like I understand.
Huh? Voice? What are you talking about?
A vision is an external magical focus, right? Well, similarly, a voice is an external voice box.
Interesting theory, Heather. I'm listening.
I've heard that the Traveler isn't very talkative, but given how chatty you are, you must be his voice, right?
Oh, hey Zhang. Hopefully you're doing okay. Oh, that's a pretty wild theory there, Hazel. But I'm listening.
That sounds awful! Paimon's not somebody's voice! Paimon's emergency food!
Alright, that's a weird statement to say about yourself, Paimon, but whatever floats your boat, I guess.
Wait! Paimon's so upset she can't think straight! Paimon is Paimon! How dare you give Paimon such a terrible nickname?
I think our Paimon is malfunctioning. I'm pretty sure her short circuit just gone. Oh well, it was a good run.
We came here to rescue you, but you actually opened the cage yourself. You were only pretending to be captured by the Nobushi, weren't you? Pretty suspicious if you ask Paimon.
Well, you see, Paimon, some people are into that. A little bit of roleplay, you know, saving. A little bit of a capture type situation, you know. Sometimes it's pretty good. I'm just saying.
Come out with it, mister. What kind of schemes are you up to?
Sheesh. For someone who says they don't want to be a voice, you sure do talk a lot.
Ooh. That's a burn. Right there. No comeback, Paimon? That's weak.
Well, let me think for a moment. Yes, all this started a long time ago, during the war.
Oh, are we doing a flashback? Okay, I'm ready.
Kujo Takayuki, who was head of the Tenryou Commission at the time, had secretly asked me to investigate the military capabilities of Sangonomiya.
Okay, some espionage going on. I'm listening.
But I had already grown tired of the guy for a while. So I simply treated the trip as a paid vacation. I had heard that Watatsumi Island is really beautiful.
It is. Honestly, jokes aside, it is quite a pretty place.
As for the mission, I thought I'd just come up with some random excuses or whatever when I reported back. But guess what? The first night I arrived on Watatsumi Island, I had a dream. The dream contained only one message, an echo resounding from the depths of the earth that kept ringing in my ears, saying,
Welcome, traveler. Just the entire Skyrim dialogue starts to play. Hazel just gets transported into Skyrim.
something vital is missing on this island.
That something is love.
Isn't that bizarre? Something vital has gone missing on this island. Has something evaporated into thin air? What could it be?
Well, you see, Hazel, it is love. As love is the only thing that's keeping us all together. It is the only thing that brings our civilization forward. And you're clearly missing it, and I'm here to give it to you. In more ways than one.
Paimon bets it must be something delicious.
You can say it that way, Paimon. I mean, depends how you look at it.
You know, because the soil of Watatsumi Island can't grow crops. There's a shortage of food here.
That is a pretty deep topic in and of itself, Paimon. But I wasn't thinking that, but good for you.
Oh, food, huh? How about you, traveler? What do you think is missing?
Alright, where is it? Music. Deity. None of these. Where's love? Where's the secret option number 5? Unbelievable. Well, definitely not these two. I guess it's missing a deity.
You mean the Great Serpent? Well, that's an interesting answer. But the Electro Archon hasn't abandoned this place.
She kind of has, honestly. I mean, I'm pretty sure there was like the entire war going on, and they were about to wipe it off the face of the planet. But I guess you do have a point, Hazel. I'm not the one to talk.
Interestingly, I didn't have the same dream again after I left this place, so I became even more intrigued. Was this really just some random dream? Some people believe that dreams represent the Divine's helping hand, which I suppose is understandable.
Fair.
However, if you ask me, dreams have nothing to do with the gods. Instead, they are flashes of intuition.
Okay.
It was my intuition telling me that there was something important about this island that, poof, suddenly vanished. So I decided to accept this little commission from my intuition and investigate to see if I could come up with any compelling findings. Unfortunately, the investigation has had little progress up to this point.
Okay.
Who
Interesting.
knows? I felt there was something peculiar about them, so I pretended to get captured to see if there were any leads that would surface. And that's when you showed up. Nah, don't worry about it. These guys were just a bunch of small fries. Besides, your arrival is much more important to me. I have a feeling you can help me find the answer to my dream.
I can help you find the answer to more than that, Hater.
So how would you like to partner up on this one? We can work together to solve the mystery.
That does sound nice. All right, let's do it.
Yes, of course, I understand. But let me ask one more question. Did the police station say they are looking for me because of something important?
No, really. Alex, that's the weirdest thing I heard today. I'm pretty sure Paimon is not even human. I'm pretty sure she just AI sent by Celestia itself. Just to monitor everyone. And make sure they're not up to any, mischief.
Well, then it's probably nothing major. Most likely they're short on staff or something petty like that, and they happen to remember their model employee.
That's an interesting theory.
So since we're already here, why don't we just solve this puzzle together? Once everything is settled, I'll gladly accompany you back to the police station, or anywhere else you'd like to go. What do you think?
Interesting. Alright, let's see what we got. Alright, the last two, not the best way of going about it. We're gonna arise suspicion. We're not gonna gain the trust of Hazel. So no with those two. The first one, sense of duty is a good thing. But not when it comes to love, Because today, we're not all about duty. Usually, I would choose the first one. Because the sense of righteousness and all of that bullcrap. But today, it's all about love. So we're telling you along. You see, we got the heart.
What's the deal then, partner?
That's what it's all about. It's all about hearts.
So, let's get started, shall we? First, we can search the camp for clues.
Alright, sounds fair. Let's see what we got.
Hey, isn't this Crystal Marrow?
It is indeed. So Hazel, I found some rocks. Not sure if that helps you, but I think I did my part.
Ooh, what's the shiny thing? Oh, it's a Sango Pearl!
I also found some pearls. Not sure how those two correlate, so you need to tell me.
So, have you found anything?
Indeed I did. Some rocks, some pearls. Stuff's weird. I don't know what's going on here.
Yes, I've found pretty much the same. And there really are a lot.
I mean, I could have told you that just by giving a quick glance. I don't know what you were pondering about there, Hazel, but I'm pretty sure I'm more of a detective at this point.
Aren't these all super expensive? Oh, these must be the valuable things that went missing from the island! That's it! The Nobushi must have stolen them all!
Detective Paimon is on the case. The case is gonna get solved in no time with her.
I don't know if I'd go that far. The Nobushi would be very hard-pressed to find many opportunities to get their hands on commodities like these.
Huh? What do you mean? Did the Nobushi gather all this themselves?
No, that's unlikely. Crystal marrow is a rare material for crafting weapons, and Sango pearls are an even more precious commodity.
I have a very good or bad news depending on how you look at it, Hazel. I'm pretty sure I can tell you where you can find like at least a dozen of them right now. So like, if you want to make a business out of it, I'm just saying. Give me 50% and I'll tell you where they are. I have a special insight in my mind where I can see every single material that ever existed in Tear. And I can give you that information for a little something in exchange. How does that sound? I'll take your dead look in those beautiful green eyes of yours as a yes.
Here's what I think. Due to Watatsumi's poor soil, the island's economy is quite fragile and heavily reliant on the trade of these special resources. So, it's absolutely vital that they keep them under lock and key and well out of the Nobushi's reach. Which means they got lucky with a huge batch like this. My guess is they ambushed a caravan. If we go ask around the Sangonomiya Shrine, we can find out if there have been any recent instances of caravans being plundered. Perfect. I knew you'd be a huge help.
Well, duh! The Traveler is Paimon's companion after all.
I'd say it's the other way around, but sure. You might ask yourself why is important the order, but it is important. Because the order defines who's in charge. And I'm not letting Paimon be in charge of anything. I wouldn't even trust her with breakfast options, you know? The only thing I would trust Paimon with is probably nothing, now that I think about it. Not even guiding us, honestly.
Captain, I see you found the detective.
I wonder what would happen if we just, like, completely disregard Paimon's direction, guidance, and just walk the other way. We would probably be finished with our journey by this point, honestly.
Watatsumi Island sure is a beautiful place. I don't think I could ever leave.
You can stay as long as you like, granted you don't cause any trouble, that is. Her Excellency has stated that all friendly visitors are welcome.
Alright, fair.
Incidents of stolen goods. Not that I'm aware of. Her Excellency has recently launched several measures to boost the economy, including the development of trade routes and establishing our own caravans. Troops have also been deployed to protect them, so it is only reasonable to assume that the current trade routes are already very safe. Any looting or theft would be practically unthinkable.
Somehow I doubt that, but fair enough. Alex, I'm pretty sure that... Well, to be fair, like... I'm just saying, some hilichurls... Understandable, you know? That's all I'm saying. If you are into that, you are into that. I'm not the one to judge.
That's strange. Then where did the Nobushi get those goods from?
Huh? You mean you found goods of unknown origin?
Yep, and it's all Sango pearls and crystal marrow, so we know it's local.
Could there have really been a theft that hasn't been reported? That shouldn't be the case. Well, perhaps you could go ask Todoroki. He's responsible for the caravans and is usually in the village at night preparing the goods. If something has happened, he should know about it.
Great. Thank you for all the info. Let's go.
Hey, Traveler! It's been a while. I've missed you. Why didn't you inform me that you'd be coming over today?
It's always nice to see Goro. A little dog friend.
General Goro.
You're dismissed, Shibata. You may go about your other duties while I catch up with the Traveler.
Yes, General Goro.
I overheard you discussing a case of stolen goods. Is that right?
That is correct. I mean, who is better to help with the case of tracking criminals than a puppy? So Goro, we'll take you with us.
That's right! We found a lot of Watatsumi's valuable products in a Nobushi camp!
I see. So you've come to ask if we know of any relevant cases. Well...
I bet you do, Goro. Who's a good boy? Come on. I know you have some info for me.
I'm ashamed to say that... Yes, the caravans have been plundered. And not just once, I'm afraid.
Goro, I don't know what you mean by that. Come on, just tell me what I want to know.
We had already dispatched additional forces to protect the caravans, yet the crooks still managed to get away with the goods.
Unbelievable.
And you're concerned that if this kind of news were to get out, it would undermine the confidence of other caravans. So you didn't make it public, and instead kept the news to only a select few.
Doug, as I said before, just do it. Because it's not gonna get easier. You're gonna just grow more anxious. Just send it and see what happens, you know? Because at the end of the day, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So, just go with it. Have a peace of mind, and you never know. You might get, you know, a good response. And if not, At least you tried, you know? You can't blame yourself for trying, you know? Because it's not up to you. It's up to them. And you did your best. That's all that really matters.
That's correct. I never expected you to be so concerned about Watatsumi's affairs, Detective Heizo.
Well, I'll tell you this, Doug. Do you think she likes you? If you can't answer that question, then it's a tough one. But if you know for sure that, like, if you are friends already, and you think there's some connection going on between you two, then go for it. If you are strangers, I'd say just be casual about it. 50-50, it means there's a chance. If you are no, like, you know, 100% unsure about it, I'd say there's still, you know, a chance of it going well. Because at the end of the day, as long as you know, super, you know, cringy about it, if you just, like, casually asking them, you know, to go on a date or something, I don't think anybody's gonna laugh at you for that. Because, like, at least you had the balls to ask. And if somebody laughs at you for that, then they know waste your time. Because you know, the people that might laugh at you are the ones that don't have carries themselves. Remember that.
Just a force of habit, really. As a detective, I notice these kinds of things.
Yeah, and Alex is right. The kids are probably will forget everything anyway. Children are pretty, like, their attention span is like 5 seconds at most. They'll probably forget you even, like, said anything within 3 days or so.
Oh, so you two already know each other?
Yeah, as I said, just as long as you didn't, you know, like, confess your entire feelings for her in a single message. Because I don't think that's a wise idea. Just, you know, be casual about it. Don't go too deep into it. Just be like, you know, hey, I kind of like you. Would you like to go on a date? Something along those lines, you know? Just don't write the entire life story about it. That's all I would say. Because if she says no, at least then, you know, you didn't, like, confess your entire history of liking that person, you know? And I'm sure they'll be nice about it. If, you know, they don't feel the same way.
Actually, I've only heard of Detective Heizo from the soldiers' reports. We've never met in person.
I remember my first time I confessed to my crush. It went well, actually. Surprisingly. Usually it doesn't go well, but I was just, like, super casual, although I did confess in person. And it's harder to to reject somebody in person. I'm speaking from experience because I was on the receiving end of that one as well. And I can say from both perspectives, as long as the person that is confessing to you, or you are confessing to somebody, as long as you are not super obsessive about it, as long as you know, just being as casual as possible, then it's more likely to say yes. Because you don't want to intimidate them. That's the last thing you want to do. And the more you say personal stuff within your confession, the more intimidated the person gets. Because they feel anxious about rejecting you at that point. And you don't want to make them feel that way. A little bit of advice for you from Uncle Lux here. Take it or leave it, honestly.
Darn it. You're right. Now that you mention it, I've been on Watatsumi Island all this time and still haven't properly introduced myself. Man alive, please forgive me. It's a pleasure to meet you, General Goro. I'm Shikanoin Heizo of the Tenryo Commission.
Yes, it's a pleasure to meet you too. I'd like to express my gratitude to you for stepping in and helping recover those goods.
Don't mention it. You never know what you'll find when you're out for a stroll.
That is correct.
But if the source of the problem is not addressed, I'm afraid this sort of situation will continue cropping up for you.
Alright, boys, how does three-way sound? Three-way date. I think it's a good thing. Let's go all together to a restaurant, just have a nice drink, you know? Get conversation flowing. After we capture a few bandits, you know? A nice meal.
Yes,
How does that
of
sound?
course. Not only have we reassured the affected caravans, but we also dispatched personnel to investigate the culprits.
I'll take that as a yes. I know you weren't talking about what I just said, but Goro, I'll take your word for it.
The reports indicated that the stolen goods were being delivered to a merchant of the International Trade Association named Godot. It all seems pretty unusual. We suspect that there are bigger players behind Godot, and that their target is none other than Watatsumi Island's valuable resources.
Okay. I mean, I'm pretty sure those resources are not protected to begin with. I mean, you can just go like literally 10 meters away from here and like collect the entire year worth of supplies. And nobody will say a word. Or is it just me? Because I'm pretty sure you can literally just devastate the entire ecosystem of Watatsumi Island in like a day. And it will regrow like within 24 hours. So I'm pretty sure we're fine.
But unfortunately, it would be difficult for us to investigate further, given that...
Given that Rito, the island where the International Trade Association is located, is not part of your territory, yes. They have cleverly picked their base of operations.
I can see you catch on quickly, Detective Hazo.
It's my guess that you're telling us this because you're going to ask us to assist you in finding who's behind all this, right?
You're always thinking one step ahead. Yes, those were exactly my intentions. And of course, we will prepare a generous reward for you.
I do like the sound of that.
The recent end of the war, trade and commerce have now become an important component of Watatsumi Island's development. Ensuring safety of the trade routes is critical, and we can't afford any further incidents.
That's good, dog. That's good. You made your decision, and now you're just gonna, you know, hope for the best. That's all you can do.
So, will you please help Watatsumi Island, Detective Hazo?
I'm willing to assist, but it all depends on what he wishes.
Ooh, okay. Tough choice. Ooh, okay. So, tough choice. Because in the first one, we show that we are responsible and we have a sense of duty. But in the second choice, we show that we're a good friend and we're somebody that, you know, cares about people around them. And we're selfless. So I think the second choice is for the best.
Great! With both Detective Hazo and the Traveler on the case, I'm sure it'll be solved in no time. The situation is now in your capable hands. I look forward to hearing your report when you get back.
All right, we'll take care of it. Traveler, let's go discuss where to head from here.
Right, we're doing great so far. I think we are in there already.
Hey, why are we talking way over here? Oh, you're not trying to get away from Goro so he can't overhear us, are you?
Very perceptive. Seems even Paimon has her moments.
Paimon just gets roasted today by Hazo. He doesn't take any punches back. He just goes in, and I respect that.
Let me ask you, do you believe in intuition?
Well, that's a loaded question, Hazel, but yes, I do. I also believe in the love from the first sight. And you know what? I think you know where this is going.
Huh? Intuition? Where are you going with this?
My intuition tells me that General Goro is lying.
How could you say that about that boy? Goro is a good boy. Don't tell me otherwise, Hazel. It will break my heart. I don't want to be the one to tell him he's a bad boy. That will break him. There's nothing you can do to a dog and tell him they weren't a good boy. It will destroy them, both mentally and physically. Dogs just not equipped to handle that much stress, you know? They will just go into shock, and you never know, they might not recover from it. I don't want to do this, Hazel.
What? How could you say that? Although he did seem a little on the serious side today, but Goro's a good guy.
Boy. Don't confuse it, Paimon. Oh, hey there, Liz. Hopefully you're doing okay.
Good people can be deceptive, too. After all, everyone has their secrets.
Just don't think about it negative, Doug. Even if it goes south, you know, take it as a learning experience, if anything.
Well, in my opinion, the timing of his appearance was a little too coincidental.
Oh, hey, Aya. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I put a lot of effort into it. I spent like a good hour trying to find the right pictures to, you know, showcase the spirit of a holiday, if you will.
Sangonomiya's soldiers have been keeping an eye on me for the entire time I've been on Watatsumi Island, yet I had never seen General Goro even once. But today he came out and met with us, and even commissioned us to investigate a case.
Maybe that's because the Traveler is here today, and Goro thinks he's more capable.
I never said anything, Paimon. Don't put words in my mouth. I'm neutral in this case.
Really? Huh. Then that makes things even more peculiar. If there are powerful players behind this case, and he needs to draw upon external support, then he should have taken action sooner rather than wait until today. A more plausible explanation is that the items we discovered are linked with some unspeakable secret, and he had to intervene to prevent us from digging any deeper.
Alright, I feel like we're gonna just uncover some sort of conspiracy going on here. All I wanted was a date, Hazel. I don't know what we're getting ourselves involved in here, but you know what? I'm here for the ride. God damn it. So we might as well go in deep. Go big or go home. That's what I always say, and that's what we're gonna do.
Then he put up a smokescreen to mislead us. I surmise that investigating the merchant Godot on Rito will yield no results.
Unless you want to go home together, Hazel, because then I'm also in. So whatever you feel like.
Whoa, are you serious? But this is all just a hunch you have, right?
Actually, there is another key factor behind my reasoning, though you may not believe me.
I'm a pretty convincing person, you know? I believe in anyone. Except Paimon. Don't believe that a single word she says, ever. Don't trust those eyes.
I sense something special about Goro.
Like, he's a good boy. I knew you would sense that as well, Hazel. I knew it from the first moment we locked our eyes and I looked at those beautiful green emerald pupils of yours. I knew we had a connection. I'm glad I'm confirming it right now.
Something special?
Yes. Whatever is missing on this island, I sense it in him.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold it right there! Are you saying Goro's a thief? As in he took something valuable?
Paimon, how dare you say that? Have you seen Goro? I'm pretty sure he can't harm anyone. Dogs are the most peaceful creatures on earth. What are you talking about? Goro is a good boy. Don't you dare tell me otherwise. Because I will throw down with you. I don't care if you're a child, Paimon. I don't care if you're like 7. I will throw down. I will put my gauntlet down and I will challenge you to a duel. And I'll destroy you. The duel being TCG. I'll still destroy you though. You will regret your decision till the end of times. So don't mess with me. Because I'm ready.
It's not that simple. I can't fully explain it. It's just my intuition.
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure Haze is based on Sherlock, which is actually pretty good. I read the book. I never watched the series, but I heard the series is pretty good. I read the book though, and the book is good. It's not like amazing, but it is fun, which is pretty tough for literature, because usually it's pretty boring. The only literature I enjoy is manga, because it has pictures. And if literature doesn't have pictures, then what's the point? You know? Like, if you can tell a visual story Why would you write in words? Words are boring. You might as well just give me like a picture book, like a coloring book, and I'll have the time of my goddamn life with it. I did read The Art of War as well, though, and that was pretty cool. I read it just so I could say I did. Anyway, we went off a little bit off topic. Let's continue.
Sure, I trust your judgment, but perhaps you're overlooking someone else, the true leader here.
What are you hinting at, Hazel? Do you know something I don't? Impossible. Alright, let's see what we got. Right, convince me that there might be some secret here. What do we do? Now, let's admit in defeat. We don't want to do that. That's gonna make us seem weak. We don't want to do that. Weakness is not tolerable in this case. No, you think this. We should go to Rito in Oasis Goblet character. Now, that's a good one. Because it shows our confidence. It shows that we are ready to take charge. We are ready to take the lead. And lead the case. Now, Hazel might like that. Hazel might like us to be in control. You never know. He might be a sub. He feels like a sub. If you don't know what that means, good. You shouldn't know. But for those that do, you know. Okay, let's continue. Ooh, tough choice. You know what? I think in this case, we should show a little bit of weakness. Just to show that we are not perfect, even though we are.
It's simple. We should just investigate whatever it is they're trying to hide from us. And what were we planning to do just before Goro showed up?
Kiss? I mean, yeah, I have nothing.
Oh, we were going to talk to the leader of the caravans. Yeah, someone named Todoroki.
There's manga as well? I didn't know that. I thought Sherlock was just like, you know, old-timey book and a series. I didn't know the entire manga based on it. Speaking of manga, did you know that Genshin actually has manga? Not many people know that Genshin actually originated from manga. And I think there's like 20 chapters or so? Or maybe even more. I think it begins with like Dottore experimenting on people in Mondstadt. It was like Dottore when he was still dressing up like a clown, not as a sexy beast that he is today. He was dressing up weirdly, and it was like a young Dottore, and it was just showing him like clowning on the nobles and like messing around with them. And it's actually pretty good. You should give it a read if you haven't already. It's pretty good storytelling, honestly. Which is surprising when you know Genshin's story. Ooh. A bit of a soft spot there.
Bingo. There's no time to lose. Let's go talk to this Todoroki.
Alright, Hazel. I got you. Oh, I guess we need to wait. Right, fair. We're gonna go under the cover of the night. The cover of the darkness. They wouldn't even know what hit them, honestly. But yeah, I actually look at it list later, because I am curious if the manga is good. Because I never heard of a manga based on the book. That's pretty intriguing to me. Because I know that most mangas like are based on a light novel, which is, I guess, technically a book. Even though I don't really think so. Because to me, light novels are more of a like story. Rather than the book. Because books are more, I guess, sophisticated. It's more for people who like want to pretend that they're smart. And brag about how they read a lot of books. Says the person that read quite a lot as well. But I don't pretend like I'm smart. That's the difference. I know I'm not. Because, like, I don't like people who, like, pretend that they're intelligent just because they know a bunch of useless things.
Todoroki, the shipment has arrived and is ready for inspection.
To me, intelligence is not measured by how much you know, but how you apply that knowledge. And I don't know if it's just me, but I just know a bunch of useless facts about the weirdest things ever. Like, did you know there's a fish in the ocean called blobfish that has a human face on it? I bet you didn't know that. And I bet you're not going to be able to sleep at night today knowing that fact is that. It lives at the bottom of the ocean. It's like a bottom feeder. And it's so goddamn ugly. And it has human face. Just imagine a fish. Like the big fat fish. That looks like a bald man in his mid-40s. That's what it is. And it's the grossest thing you ever see in your life. Sleep well tonight. Let's continue.
Good, let's go.
Hey, it's Todoroki!
Shh, keep quiet. Let's follow him and see where he leads us.
Alright, time to go undercover. Time to put all our spying experience into practice. Time to put all our Naruto knowledge to the test.
Man alive. We strayed too far and now we've lost him.
The first attempt is always a failure. It's okay. We learn from our mistakes.
Todoroki, the shipment has arrived.
We got a little bit overzealous here.
Shh, keep
But
quiet.
we're gonna get it. We're gonna get them.
Man alive. We strayed too far and now we've lost him.
I literally walked two meters away. Hazel, come on.
Shh, keep quiet.
I was gonna go from downtown on them, but I guess I'm not allowed. Unbelievable. No, no you don't. No you don't. You saw nothing. You saw nothing. There's nothing here. Get out. Alright. I think we're in. No, no, no you don't. You see nothing. You saw nothing. Get on with it. Those goddamn old coots don't even know we're gonna hit them. Look at them. Walking like they don't know what's going on. No, no, no. No, I'm stuck. No. Like nothing happened. Swift as a wind. They never saw it coming. Look at them. They don't even know what's gonna hit them. No, no, no. Master of stealth here. In action. How do you see me? Do you have X-ray vision or something? God damn it.
Uh-oh. We got too close and he noticed us.
No, he didn't. I was behind the house, you goddamn. Unbelievable. What kind of unrealistic expectation does this game have for me?
Good.
I was perfectly hidden. Like a leaf on a wind. I was blended with the atmosphere. They saw nothing. Like, how do you see me? I'm behind the house. No, you don't see it. You lying son of a gun. Why can I go... Just go into, like, neck snapping mode or something. I don't know. I swear these... This is unbelievable. No.
intel was spot on.
Oh,
When we
I was
arrived,
about to
Nobushi were all
flip
still
out.
asleep.
I was like, how am I too far away? I literally can see them. Do I have a goddamn memory of a goldfish or something? If they disappear for 2 seconds, they're just gone. They might as well never existed. Unbelievable. Anyway, first try. I think we did pretty well. I think we completed our objective without a hitch, if I do say so myself. And don't tell me otherwise.
We captured them all, and the goods were retrieved
Anyway.
and brought back here.
I'll take a look. Everything seems in order. Good work.
It's nothing. Thanks to the efforts of your caravan, the price of grain in the village has decreased.
That's right. And who would have thought that the injuries we sustained during the war would have such a lingering effect on our bodies? But thankfully, you also brought back some life-saving medicine.
Who knew that if you get an injury, it leaves a mark on your body? Truly a mind-boggling fact right there. Genshin just opened my third eye for a few seconds. It closed right back from how I just can't. Sometimes, like, just Genshin thinks like it pawns us to 5-year-olds, honestly. Like, come on.
Things are improving thanks to the help from those up top. Oh, by the way, what is the state of the village's inventory?
Is that true, Alex? I always got told that goldfish have like memory of 5 seconds or something. Is that like an urban myth or something? Because I thought that was the case.
Make sure that it's confirmed tonight. I have to leave tomorrow morning after I go to the Sangonomiya Shrine and get instructions from General Goro.
Don't worry, we've already prepared the list. Just follow us.
The soldiers from Sangonomiya seized the Nobushi stolen goods? But didn't Goro say, oh, this box is packed so tight, it looks like it could burst. Let's see what's inside.
Drugs. Hard drugs. It's like we open it up and just like a powder just raining from the sky. We busting like a drug operation going on. We see like Goro in the corner, just fully white. Just like ran out. Oh, I see you found it. Good work, good work. I'm gonna seize this for further investigation. Just see him carrying the crates back to his home.
Huh? What are all these plants and flowers? Oh, there's a small note here.
I just saw Alex, that was like the general understanding, because I was pretty sure it's just because goldfish like don't have the cerebral cortex like function correctly or whatever, so their memory is just like gone, so that's why they forget stuff. But then again, I don't know, like fish. I'm no marine biologist. I know nothing about them. The only stuff I know is from the internet, and that's a tricky thing to say because you never know. It could be all lies. I had a like encyclopedia type situation when I was a child, with a bunch of what do you call them, like illustrations of different wild animals that live in the ocean. That's why I know blobfish. But I do remember reading there was like just a random fact that just stuck with me. The goldfish have memory of 5 seconds. And I always thought it was weird, because I just use that phrase, having goldfish memory, like throughout my life. And it could be a lie now that I know that. So you just changed my entire world there, Alex.
And Todoroki said he'll get instructions from Goro tomorrow. Interesting. It appears these seized goods were never stolen. There's something else behind all this.
Glaze lilies? What are these doing here? Shouldn't it be crystal marrow or something?
I'm pretty sure lilies would worth more considering that don't grow here. It's all about export and demand, Paimon. You wouldn't know that, but you see, if you are a merchant, the value of the goods is directly correlated to how desirable they are. That's what you learn in a Taya Trading Association school, which we clearly never went to, but we still know this somehow. And you see, since considering glaze lilies do not originate in this habitat, the price on them is extortionate, because merchants are greedy bastards that try to squeeze you of all your money, like a lemon, and make lemonade out of you. So I hope you learned something today, Paimon, and do not question me ever again. That's another lesson that you should remember. Otherwise, I'm going to teach you stuff, and you're not going to like it. Let's move on.
Whoa! Genshin? Paimon was expecting to find Sango pearls.
Now's our chance to look around and see if we can find any leads.
Oh, you just remind me, Alex. I remember when I was in school, I had to go to unblock websites. There was a site that would unblock websites. And I would use that to play games. Because what else you would do? And I remember me and my friends would just like sit in on our like business lessons and whatnot, and like IT lessons, and we just play games, while everybody else wondered how the hell did we manage to make them work. And ingenuity is what comes from struggle. So the more struggle you face, the more smart you get. Because goddammit, blocking websites, it will made us think outside the box for once. It made us, you know, unlock our third eye and see the world for what it truly is. And for majority of people, that's not something they have to do today. Because they can just go on their phone and, you know, just play games that way. But when you were a child back in my day, you know, back in like 2012, the dark age, if you will, you had to do that. You had to be smart about it. You had to be tricky. You had to avoid suspicion and just, you know, sneak your way in. Nowadays, people don't need to do that. I'm pretty sure there's 100 different ways to unlock things without, like, actually try. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there should be more easiest way to do it nowadays. Oh, hi, Doug.
Wow! Look at all the Genshin! And glaze lilies, too! There are also tons of other plants and flowers Paimon doesn't know here. Weird.
These are valuable raw ingredients for producing medicine. If these few crates were to be imported from Rito, the price would be jaw-dropping.
Oh, Alex, we had that as well. It didn't stop us. It didn't stop us at all, because the way we would do it is we would hide our tabs. So you know how you can showcase your tabs on the main screen? The way we would do it is we would put all our stuff on second screen. We would connect two screens at the same time. We would like unplug one PC from the other and connect to a double screen and make one of our screens our main one while we play games on the other, so teacher wouldn't suspect it. Because usually we would have like two computers right next to each other, and the way we would do it, since there weren't enough people in our class, because not many wanted to do IT for some reason, we would just use two computers at the same time without our teacher knowing it. And that's how you overcome stuff like that. Good tip for you right there. I don't use Instagram, so I wouldn't know, Doug, but I'd presume so, because it's the same thing on Twitter. Usually it shows if your message was read, I'm pretty sure.
On top of that, these items seem to lack a tax clearance certificate, meaning that they were most likely smuggled. Yes, very interesting. Now, where did the Nobushi get these goods?
I mean, I wouldn't expect them to respond like straight away, dogs. They probably need time to think, which is actually a good thing, because if they didn't respond to you straight away, it means they're considering, probably.
How about you? Did you find anything else?
Interesting choices. Okay, so if we say no, Hazel might think that we're completely and utterly useless. And that's not a good thing, that'll make a bad impression. But if we choose the first one, we could be wrong. And being wrong could be even worse than just saying no. So let's pick the first one and hope for the best.
Foreign Trade Association?
God damn it, we did it.
An organization in retail. And if it's regarding foreign trade, then smuggling is an even more likely possibility.
Right, guys, we're almost there. We're 5 out of 6 hearts. We almost there. We're close. We're almost there in the promised land.
All right. In which case, I have a rough hypothesis. First, we...
Alex, I'm not sure what kind of prison school you go into. Are you allowed to breathe in there? Like, do you get penalized for that as well? That's rough, man. Schools nowadays are built different, I guess.
Huh? Who goes there?
Oh no! We've been spotted!
Huh? Wait, Captain? Is that you?
Oh, so it's you, Captain. You had me worried there. We almost mistook you for bandits.
That's what connections do for you. Even when you're caught, you can just say, I'm above you in ranks, boys. So you saw nothing. That powder you saw over there, you never saw nothing. Do you want to rise? Do you want to rise in ranks, boys? Because I'll make it happen. As long as we just pretend nothing happened here. You just go on your merry way and let me do what I'm doing. Alternatively, I can throw you into the slammers. So choice is yours, really.
Captain, do you remember us? During the war, I was in the field hospital with Masashi. Teppei brought you to see us and helped find medicine for us.
I'm gonna be honest with you, boys. I don't remember what happened this morning. So no, I do not remember you. However, I'm sure you did great. I'm saying that. Unless you betrayed me in the middle of that quest. In which case, I'll remember your faces now. And I'll have my revenge. But that's only in the case if you betrayed me. Because I do not tolerate betrayal. But I presume by the look on your faces, you probably couldn't betray your own shadow if you wanted to. So, I'll let it slide for now. But I'm keeping my eyes on you both. Especially you. Tokuda, if that's your real face. I don't trust you. I don't trust the smile you got.
Hey, come on now. The captain wouldn't forget.
Oh, hey, Savik. I do respect that. I watched Vinland Saga when it was like right on the air years ago. However old Vinland Saga is, I think it was like a year or two. That stuff is good. I mean, especially if you are into like old-timey battle stuff, it is good. It's a little bit on the edgy side, if you will. So if you're not into that, it's a little bit of a tougher thing to get into. But if you are into like battles, because it's 90% what's going on, and did you know it's based on a real story? So there's, you know, the main character Tolfin, right? Apparently he was the guy who discovered Canada. He was like the first dude that went to Canada and discovered it. A little bit of a history fact for you right there. So there's a statue of him built actually somewhere. I don't remember where. but he was an actual historic figure. And the main, like, antagonist guy, who I'm not gonna spoil why, but he's an actual historic figure as well, who is, if you watch till the end, when he proclaims who he is, that's real. He was actually there. And he's an actual real person as well. So it's based on a real story. There for you.
I gotta tell you, Captain, we all miss you. We haven't seen you ever since the end of the war. When we heard that you were coming here, we just assumed you were only going to see General Goro and Her Excellency. The guys are all really hoping to see you.
I mean, I was rooting for Doug. I was telling him to do whatever Zhongli would do. And that's the best advice I can give to any one of you as well. If you are seeking love today, on this holiday day, remember two things. First, do not overconsume chocolate. It's a slippery slope. You don't want to go there. Your stomach will hurt. It's not pretty. And second, if you're seeking love, just think what Zhongli would do. Because Zhongli would never make a bad choice. Zhongli would always make the right one. And if you follow that path, I cannot guarantee you find love, but I can guarantee you this. You will make Zhongli proud. And that was more than anything really in life. You should live by those words, honestly. Anyway, let's continue.
We're fine. You don't have to worry about us, Captain.
Doug, if you're getting married, I'll be there. I'll dress as Zhongli, goddammit. I'll work out again. I'll get ripped as hell. Again. I'll dress as Zhongli. I'll practice the voice lines. And I'll give a speech as Zhongli. I can promise you that. You can use this as a proven record. When you get married, I'll be there. As Zhongli. As the truest man of them all. And I'll bless your wedding that day.
No, you're not fine. Captain, you may not be aware, but Masashi previously fainted on the front lines. The doctor thought that it might be a neurological condition caused by overstimulated emotions. It's pretty serious.
The only thing I'll be stealing is your thunder, Doug, because you know if I rock up in Zhongli's suit, everybody's attention is going to be on me, but that's just unavoidable, really. That's just something you have to prepare yourself. The star of the show is already will be decided. And it's not going to be me, it's going to be Zhongli. And that's just, it's something we all have to deal with from time to time. Because Zhongli is too dazzling. Nobody can resist that, man. I actually, jokes aside, I actually was planning to cosplay as Zhongli at one point. I couldn't find the goddamn outfit, my size. Because I'm 6'4", and unfortunately they don't do cosplay in that size. It's really, really, really hard to find tall guys' outfits, unless the characters themselves are super tall. And Zhongli is 6 feet. So it's very hard for me to find the goddamn cosplay that would fit me. I want to do it. I was thinking of getting custom made and just having it. But then it would take ages. I might do it. I might do it for, for entertainment. Because I kind of look like Zhongli as well. I don't have long hair, so that would be something that I either would need to work on or get a wig. Because I don't know if I can grow long hair. It's going to take a while. But I can style the front as Zhongli's hair. Definitely I can do that. And I definitely can get contact lenses to have yellow eyes. I already found them, if anything. I know where to get them. The outfit is going to be the only issue. Because it's like a suit, and for suits you need to have them well fitted. So I probably would need to go to the actual professional tailor and get it tailored for myself. And I might do it. I'll think about it. I might get it for my birthday. So my birthday is in July. And I might do it then, just treat myself, and get like Jean-Luc cosplay. I might do it. I'll think about it.
According to the doctor, if it hadn't been for the medication he's been taking, he would have developed dementia. And that was assuming the best case scenario.
You're one to talk. Don't forget why I fainted in the first place. It's because I heard that you got yourself killed by an arrow. I couldn't handle all the emotion. Later, I found out that he'd been shot in the buttocks and it was only a mild injury. I had an emotional breakdown for nothing.
I mean, oof. That is an injury that nobody wishes to have. I mean, if you get injured in your butt, there's a fate worse than death, honestly, because at that point, you're not only losing your buttocks, you're only losing your dignity. And that is a blow that no man can recover from. You don't want to be the guy that tells a story to your grandchildren how you broke your ass on the battlefield. Because they will not understand what that means, the pain that you went through to get your buttocks pierced by the weapon. You might have saved somebody's life with your ass. But what you left on that battlefield was more than you could afford to lose. You left your dignity, you left your pride, and more importantly, you left a part of your buttocks on the fateful encounter. And that is very sad. That is not something you even wish upon your worst enemy. Unbelievable. Some people would dare to go for a low blow like that. To not have honor to go face to face with a sword. Like a man to man. A hand to hand. A lips to lips. I mean, eyes to eyes. Gaze into your opponent's eyes and whisper in their ear, I'm ready. That's what it's all about. That's what battle is all about. And that's what we hope to achieve today as well. So let's continue.
What do you mean for nothing? I got shot not by one, but 2 arrows in a row. The first arrow was to the left cheek, and the second arrow was also to the left.
What a goddamn barbarians. Unbelievable. Both in the left? They didn't even have the courtesy to shoot in the right. To make it even. Those goddamn savages just disregarded the entire human decency and went for the low blow twice in a row. Like, what kind of animal would do that? How could they? Takuda, I salute you. You're a true man. You might have not have your left side of your buttocks anymore. It might have gone. Disappeared from the sight. But you know what? You know what? That day, you gained something more. You gained the respect of your fellow soldiers, as you are the only one brave enough to endure the blow. And that is something you could treasure for the rest of your goddamn life. That is something that you will tell to your children as a point of glory. You will be the one to say, your grandfather took the fatal blow that no man could or should endure, and came out alive from it. Your granddad might have broke his ass that day, but you know what? You know what? He gained something more. Something that no mere man could possibly achieve. And that is respect of his fellow brothers in arms. That is why your granddad got a nickname that day, Iron Left Cheek. Because you know your granddad ass can take the pounding of a lifetime and come out victorious from it. That is why your granddad is known as the Iron Left Cheek. And don't you forget it, as one day you will tell this story to your children, and their children to their children. As a as an Iron Left Cheek family will live on in glory for the rest of the time. That is a story that will live on through time and space. It will never be forgotten. I hope you all remember this story today as well. That is something we should all learn from. And that story is, do not be afraid to take a pounding if the situation requires for it. Let the Zhongli be witness to this.
And because the arrows were poisonous, the wound still hasn't completely healed yet. I have to apply ointment every day, and I'm constantly worried it might reopen while I sleep.
Goddamn animals. They even dared to poison it. What kind of filthy goddamn mongrels are those? It wasn't enough to injure this poor man. They even had to apply salt to the wound in a form of poison. These goddamn savages have no respect, no battlefield honor. Greg, I don't know what you're talking about. We're talking about a serious topic here and you bring up tea? Do you have no respect for this man and his brave sacrifice that he had to endure today? His left cheek was gone. And yet, you're not taking this seriously. How could you? How could you know?
Look on the bright side. At least we're still alive.
That is true, that is true. No man came out victorious from a pounding done on left cheek twice. But this man right here, he did it. This crazy son of a gun managed to do it. And that is a point of respect and pride.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. But enough about us. What brings you here, Captain?
I don't even know anymore, Takuda. Honestly, I forgot why we're even here. That story changed my goddamn life. And I'm sure it changed the life of many. That was a story that I will not forget anytime soon. That is for sure. It will probably keep me awake at nights thinking about your left cheek. But you know what? It was worth it. I salute you, my good man.
Oh, these goods were all seized from the hands of Nobushi and treasure hoarders. Todoroki was the one who provided us with the intel.
Greg, just because I drank at least 12 cups of tea today doesn't mean I'm delusional. If anything, my third eye is more open than ever. I saw this man's left cheek right at this moment. I can still see it. It will never leave my field of vision at this point. It's engraved in my mind. And you know what? I do not regret nothing. I regret nothing, okay? That is a point of pride to me as well. To be able to witness this man's glory. To be able to witness a future Iron Left Cheek man. In all his glory. There's a sense of pride that fills my body every time I think of it.
He mentioned there were bandits here and there, so we went and took care of them while also confiscating the goods.
What is that about, Liz? What's that about, girls? Savik, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
By the way, Captain, you still haven't met Todoroki, have you? He's the one we're working for now. Her Excellency recently announced plans to stimulate the economy and created the caravans, with Todoroki at the helm.
Greg, you see, that tea is not just regular tea. That tea was blessed by Zhongli himself. That was the tea leaves that came from the Zhongli's hands. So you know that tea is at least 100 times more potent than your regular tea. A single drop is enough to induce hallucinogenic effect, and I drank 12 of those. So, you know. The effects have been brutal. I probably won't be able to sleep for at least 3 weeks in a row now. But you know what? You know what? It was worth it. Because now, the truth's been seen. We all bear witness to this man's true glory. And that is what it's truly all about. To witness the glory of a brave soldier on the battlefield, and his brave sacrifice in the form of his left cheek. That's something we should all aspire to.
Yeah, he's proven to be quite capable. Even though he was just a farmer before, he's now successfully running the caravans. And his two sons are also our brothers in arms. Both received a special medal of honor from General Goro, which is quite remarkable, don't you think?
If you guys looking for a relationship, on a serious note, my best advice, be the best version of yourself. And do not try to go straight in. First make friends, and then slowly approach your goal. Make it your goal to, you know, first understand who that person is, and see if you like their company. And after that, you never know, you might not even like them. Do not go straight in. That's the worst mistake you can make. I'm talking from experience. First, understand them as a person. Then try to see if you like their company. And if you like them as a person, see if you're compatible. And after that, just casually ask them, would you like to go on a date? Would you like to grab a cup of coffee at some point? And then go from there. Because there's nothing worse than asking somebody out when you have zero clue about who they are as a person. Because it's gonna make it tough for the person you're asking the question to accept you, because they most likely don't know you either. And also gonna make it tough on you to accept the rejection, in case they do reject you. So, that would be my advice, guys. I'm not the most knowledgeable about this, but I do have some experience, so take it for what you will.
So, as injured veterans, we've been reassigned to Todoroki. He's the one who gives us orders and pays our salaries now.
Hey Stasi, hopefully you're doing okay.
What do they call that again?
It's called changing careers, dummy.
Ah, right. Changing careers. Anyway, I think the whole caravan thing is wonderful. Our region wasn't very prosperous to begin with, and the land can't grow any crops. We have to pay a hefty price just to get basic food from outside.
And what are those prices to get shot in the most precious place of them all? Truly a worthy sacrifice.
I can't even imagine trying to maintain and feed an army like we did during the war.
To be fair, Alex, I can't pull all-nighters either. I don't know if it's just me being old at this point, but when I was like in my teens, I can just not sleep for days. Now, if it's longer than 1 AM, I feel like I'm dying. And that's probably just my age talking at this point, because I might be 22, but goddamn, some days I feel like I'm 69. And that's kind of sad.
I see. I think I understand the general situation now. May I ask where the apprehended criminals are?
Oh, and you are?
Ah, I see. The captain's friend. It should be okay to tell you then. We apprehended all the culprits and escorted them to a temporary location not far from here.
Doug, at the end of the day, as I told you before, you did your best. And that's all that matters.
Unfortunately, Masashi and I have other duties tonight and won't be able to take you there. Why don't you wait for a moment and I'll find someone else to show you the way.
Well, Liz, for girls it's a little bit more tricky. Because us guys, we a little bit more of a loose cannons, you know. For us, it's a little bit easier to, you know, just walk up to a girl and ask what she thinks. But for girls, it's a bit of a different story. Obviously, for girls, it's a little bit of a different ball game, if you will. For you, I'd say the best way of doing it is to kind of hint to a guy to actually ask you out, more than anything. Because I don't think it's a good idea for girls to ask a guy out first. You gotta play it, you know, smart. As a woman, you have all the cards in your hand. You have all the power. You just gotta, you know, us men, we are dumb. We are very dumb. And you gotta help us to get there. So the way you would do it is you casually hint that you like someone. By either words or actions. Usually actions, because even with words, as I said, we men, pretty dumb. So it's hard for us to understand how somebody feels. So you gotta hint it with actions. Maybe, you know, casually help them with some activity of some kind. Maybe give them a gift of some, you know, not very sentimental value, but, you know, something like a bracelet, maybe. I don't know. That's kind of how I would see it. As I said, I'm a man myself, so it's hard for me to relate. But from having women friends and what they told me, I'd say that's the best way to approach it. Oh, hey, Sanu. Hopefully you're doing okay. Liz, don't take my advice seriously. As I said, I have zero clue when it comes to that type of stuff. From your perspective? What? That's the best I can do, really. Because even from my own perspective, I don't have a clue what I'm doing half the time. The last time I've been on a date, it was a disaster. Let me tell you a story. So, my friend, my dear friend, good friend, she set up me for a blind date, which was a disaster, to say the least. So, it was with a girl that I never met, even once, which is already a red flag. You don't want to be in that kind of situation ever. But I rocked up to a date, dressed up casually, without realizing that the place that we went to was actually a very, how should I say it, not very casual place. It was a very posh restaurant that I didn't even know about, because nobody told me where we're going. I was like, show up at this place, and I was like, cool. I just rocked up in like jeans and shirt, as casual as could be. While the person that I was going on a date with rocked up in the entire goddamn dress and everything, and I was like, I'm severely underdressed on this occasion. And I felt so goddamn uncomfortable the first time I saw them, because the comparison between me and them was astonishing, just by the way we were dressed. So, we go onto the meal. I order something, they order something. We started chatting. We get to know each other. And the problem is, when you get to know each other, if you have zero clue about the person that you're actually dating, or going on a date with, you have zero conversation topics to go into. So, me being the awkward guy that I am in real life, I started talking about anime, which, now that I think about it, is the worst possible topic to choose, because she didn't even know what that was. So, me being incredibly embarrassed at my own stupidity at that point, I was like, okay, this is going great. I got so embarrassed that I just shut myself up until she started talking to me like 5 minutes afterwards. Because I didn't know what to say. Because in my mind, I thought she thinks of me as a weeb. She thinks I'm weird. And I was like, I was about to die of embarrassment at that point. Because that was the first time when I realized that being a weeb is not cool. Because it was back in like 2017 where anime was just not as hip as it is nowadays. So, we go on with a date. we finish our meals. We get to dessert. She orders some wine. I'm like, I don't drink, but fuck it, I'll do it. So we get more into the conversation. I start talking about music. I start talking about art, some posh topics that I don't know much about, but I thought she might be interested in. We get on with conversation. And then the topic comes about education. And I didn't know at the time, but my date came from a very, like, good background. And she was, like, planning to go into college and, like, get a high degree and get into, like, very prestigious places. And she asked me what was my plans for the future. And I was like, well, I kind of like programming. I thought about becoming a game developer. And I don't know if you ever talk to somebody that doesn't know anything about games, but trying to explain to somebody game development that have zero clue about game development is very goddamn hard because they don't understand that subject. So me, not being very sociable, I tried to explain it. And it turned out another disaster because I could see from their face they had zero clue what I was talking about. So there was a second red flag straight away because we had absolutely zero in common. Because even if the subjects that I talked about, I had zero interest in them. I just made a casual conversation about them because she seemed like she enjoys those things. So we finish our meal. And the time comes for the deed of going in for the kiss. As some of you know, sometimes you do it, sometimes you don't. Depends on the situation. Me, being an awkward guy, I realized that, you know what, the date was a disaster. So chances are, you're probably not gonna be a kiss. So as a gesture to, you know, say goodbye, I offered to shake hands. And the way I did it, I was walking in front of them. And I turned around and I tried to shake their hands. And what I failed to realize is that I turned too fast. And the first thing I see in my peripheral vision was them closing their eyes, and I thought, well, that's a little bit unusual. Usually you don't close your eyes for a handshake, but like, I was like, okay. So I turn around and I extend my hand and I see them going in for the kiss. And I was like, in my mind, I panicked because I didn't, my brain wasn't functioning properly at that moment. So what happened was, I extended my hand right into their stomach. And as you can imagine, that didn't go well. Because I didn't punch them in the stomach, but like, I turned around and my head went directly into their stomach. And I was so goddamn embarrassed that I just said sorry and I walked away. I literally walked away without even looking at them. And the first thing I did, I called my friend and I said, don't talk to me. Don't say anything for like a week. I don't want to see you. I don't want to talk to you. We're still friends, but I don't like you anymore. And I just dropped the phone. I didn't show up in public for like good 2 weeks after that. I only went to college. And that was it. I never went anywhere else for those good 2 weeks. So, take this experience as a point of reference for all of you of what not to do. First thing, don't go on the goddamn blind dates because they are a goddamn disaster. Because you wouldn't know who the person is and you wouldn't know what to talk to them about. And chances are, you're not gonna even like them. Because the person that I went to, yes, they were attractive, but I didn't like them. Because their personality was as boring as a goddamn wooden board. So, that's that. That was a little bit of a story time for you from Lux. I hope you found that entertaining and educational, because takes us something to not to do. Anyway, let's continue.
I'm pretty sure I've already got a grasp on what's going on. All I need now is to confirm it with the apprehended bandits. Let's go.
I mean, it was embarrassing, but it was a good experience for me. Because as a teenager, you don't understand what a good date is. But even as a teenager, you do understand that there was a disaster. So they gave me a point of reference of what never to do. Which is trust your friends. Because I never trusted anyone again with dates after that. Every single date after that, I picked myself. Because I was like, nope, no living that through that again. Never. I vowed that day to never listen to my friends about dating. Ever again. No matter what. And I don't know if you should do the same, but honestly could be a good idea.
Are you still a little confused?
I was getting embarrassed just by telling this story.
This whole thing was actually quite similar to a case I once worked on previously.
I got secondhand embarrassment just from telling that, even though I lived through it.
An old trick to execute the deal. The culprit would first go strolling down
Young love.
until they knocked over a pedestrian.
It wasn't
on
even
purpose,
love.
using
But
the opportunity to slip the prohibited
young
goods
dating, I
into
guess.
the unknowing pedestrian's pocket. Once the intended recipient got word of it, they would find an excuse to harass the same pedestrian before stealing the goods from the pocket. The pedestrian had no idea what happened from start to finish, and unknowingly functioned as a middleman. So, can you guess who the middleman was in this case?
Hazel, I'm gonna be real, I didn't listen to what you said, because I was calming down a little bit.
Sir, please forgive us, sir. We are nothing more than petty thieves.
No worries, Liz, I need a minute to regroup myself anyway. That was a journey. I didn't think I would need to recall that memory. I buried it deep inside the recesses of my mind. I thought I would never think of it ever again. But here we are. Here we are. Unbelievable.
Sir, what do I look like? A commissioner? Does my friend here look like a commissioner to you?
Officer!
First, I'm gonna need to ask you a few questions.
Sure. Go ahead, ask anything.
Alright, no need to be nervous now. If that's your real face.
The soldiers discovered many valuable goods in your camp. The goods don't appear to be from around here, so the question is, where did they come from?
Oh, the goods? Right, we picked them up at the beach.
Savik, don't call me that. Come on. You're the closest to my age. You should know the... You probably experienced something similar, let's be real. There's no way I'm the only one. There's no way I'm the only one awkward enough to do that. I bet just none of you are brave enough to share it. But you know what? My embarrassment serves as your experience. So you wouldn't do the same. I'm a giving soul, if anything.
You picked them up.
Well, no, we, actually stole them.
Well, at least you admit it. That's good.
Be honest now. Tell me the whole story.
Yes, sir. I mean, officer. We took those goods from a small merchant ship just off the beach, but we didn't exactly steal them. You see, the ship's guards all took off running the moment they saw us. They abandoned the goods, and we simply came and picked them up.
That's a very elaborate way to explain stealing, but okay, go on.
But next thing we know, a group of soldiers arrives, and we're all apprehended. Talk about bad luck. We didn't even have a chance to stash away the goods before we got caught.
I don't know if I'm supposed to feel sorry for you now, but I'm not.
You say that the merchant ship's guards fled without putting up a fight. You expect me to believe that?
He just assumed they were scared witless and didn't have the guts to fight. I'm not bragging or anything, but our boss is pretty intimidating. With his massive muscle and strength, he could scare anyone.
I bet he couldn't scare Zhongli. And Zhongli is not just anyone.
You really expect us to believe all this?
No, you gotta believe me. Just the other day, we scared off an entire squad of soldiers. When they noticed us, they went running and dropped their goods. I swear.
I mean, being in a relationship is tough to begin with. I personally haven't been in like super long ones. The only ones I've been in were like casual ones. I've never been in like relationships that, I know it sounds bad, but there's never been a relationship that I was in where I cared a lot. Majority of my relationship were more about just being a little bit more than friends with a cool person. I don't think I've experienced actual like love, I guess? Like, it's hard to explain, but I was just never like super emotionally attached to people that I was dating at the time, if that makes sense. And majority of the time, those relationships would end up with like both of the sides being like, this is not working out. I think we should, you know, just remain as friends for now. That's kind of where it ended majority of the time. I don't know if it's just me, you know, not taking it super seriously, but I don't know, I just never felt like love struck, if you will. I never found like that one that I felt something towards. Because even as a child, I never had like crushes to the point of feeling that way. And it's probably just me, as I said.
I still remember seeing tons of Songo pearls and crystal marrow in that load. All nice and shiny too. Ooh, it was amazing.
Oh, that's pretty cool, Savik. I hope it goes well.
Unfortunately, a bunch of pirates came later and snatched those goods. It just happened that our boss had diarrhea that day and couldn't hold off the pirates. This luck of ours.
Get bombarded from both sides, both from Genshin and from China. I mean, as I said, Stasi, I just never found the right person probably to get emotionally invested. Because the only relationships I've been in were more of, as I said, friends, just a little bit more. Kind of. Because I don't think I was ever the one to actually ask to be in a relationship. Usually it came from the other person. And I was like, well, I'm not doing much, so I guess let's see if it works out. Because I obviously like the person to a certain extent, at least. And that kind of how it went. But, as I said, guys, don't like get distressed just because you can't find somebody you like. If anything, you just haven't found the right person. Because there's the right person for everyone out there. It's just a matter of finding them and, you know, just... If you are thinking that you're not good enough, just try improving yourself. Because honestly, confidence doesn't just grow on trees. You gotta work for it. Whether it's physical improvement or mental one. If you're not happy with your body, try working out. If you're not happy with your knowledge or your mental state, try meditating. Try maybe reading a little bit more. Try just, you know, learning some skill that you think is cool. Maybe learn another language. There's plenty of stuff you can do to just, you know, improve yourself and feel better about yourself. Because confidence is contagious, and if you are confident in yourself, people around you will probably like you more. It's not a guarantee, but it's a sure way to make people, you know, being likable towards yourself. At least that's from my perspective or my experience, because I was not always as social as I am now. I also had social issues, and I also had to work through a lot of stuff. But, you know, I got there in the end, and I'm still working. I'm still not perfect, but, you know, it's just all about never, like, letting yourself go, and never just, you know, drowning in despair, if you will.
Wait a tick. Pirates?
Yep, no doubt about it. They came on a massive ship, and their captain was a pretty lady with an eye patch. We had no idea how powerful she was.
Yeah, as I said, even friends, like, just surround yourself with people that you like. Because people gravitate towards positive stuff. And if you are always negative, people are less likely to, you know, want to be around you. Or you're more likely to just gravitate negative people. You just want to surround yourself with as much positive as you possibly can. And that way you probably will feel better about yourself as a result. I can't guarantee it, because everybody's situation is different. But everybody can improve. There's definitely something that you can work towards. Just put yourself like a goal, like a small goal, and just slowly work towards it. I guarantee that you probably will feel better about yourself that way. Because there's nothing just quite like accomplishing a goal that you set out for yourself. You're gonna make you feel good about yourself, gonna make you feel accomplished, and you know what? At the end of the day, you're just gonna improve yourself along the way, which is always a benefit. It doesn't need to be anything grand. It doesn't need to be like changing the world or, you know, becoming a president. It could be just, you know, going to gym twice a week. It could be reading a book once a month. Could be, I don't know, writing something if you are into that. Anything really. Self-improvement goes a long way. I'm saying that from experience, because I've been in a slope for a couple years myself at one point in my life, and self-improvement got me out of it. Whether it was, you know, it wasn't other people that got me there, it was myself. Because if you don't help yourself, chances are there's not many people that will help you. It's not always the case. There's some good people out there that might lend you a hand of help, but chances are you gotta rely on yourself first. You can't expect others to help you with your own issues. You just gotta knuckle down and work on them. I know it sounds rough, but it's just something you gotta deal with, because the sooner you start working on them, the sooner you will feel better about yourself. And just something I strongly believe in. You could feel differently, but I just feel like that's the best way of approaching it, really.
It was like boom, boom, thud. Only took 3 hits before she knocked out the boss.
A pretty lady with an eye patch.
Oh. Does this description remind you of someone, Paimon?
No! Doesn't remind Paimon of anyone.
Okay. And how about you?
To be fair, the second point is just clear. You know, pirates do wear eye patches. I can't argue with that. So we're going with this.
Really? Okay, I'll take that as a no, then.
I don't know what that meant either, Hazel, but you got me. You got me. I know you do.
It appears that the situation is just as I suspected. Todoroki is striking a shady deal with a group of pirates, while General Goro appears to be assisting with the cover-up.
What? How could that be?
Todoroki said that he'd be going to Sangonomiya early tomorrow morning to get Goro's instructions before the caravan leaves. Now is the time to address any doubts you may have. Tomorrow morning will be our moment to confront them. Hopefully, my final question will be answered then as well. The question of what important thing this island is missing.
I can tell you right now that something is love. And that's what it's all about. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here to find. And goddamn it, Hazel, you not reciprocated enough.
I can feel some
We
connection.
still have 5 out of 6
between Goro,
hearts.
Todoroki, and even Tokuda and Masashi.
I need a 6 hearts. Come on. Just give it to me.
Hopefully, we'll finally have an answer tomorrow. Let's get some rest. I'll see you at Sangonomiya tomorrow morning.
Sounds like a date. I didn't expect this quest to be like 3 hours long. But you know what? We're in it already.
Every journey
Okay.
has its final day.
I thought it said from 12
Don't rush.
till 8 p.m. So it's me right for no reading. You see, that's one of the benefits of reading. You pay attention more, which I clearly don't. My attention span? Non-existent, really. I need to work on that. My ADHD just doesn't allow me to concentrate. Alright, Jean-Lee, sorry to cut you out, but I do know the Samantha's wine tastes the same. I'm pretty sure everybody knows that. Let's go through the waypoint a little bit faster. Alright, Todoroki, what do you have to say for yourself?
Who are you?
Oh, no worries, Sazi. Have a good rest. It's absolutely understandable. I mean, I'll probably won't be streaming for too much longer. We're just gonna end up this quest, because I didn't expect it to take this long, but we're already here, so might as well finish it.
Hello, Todoroki. I'm Shikanoin Heizo, Special Detective of the Tenryou Commission.
Feels the same way, Alex. Usually it's more of a distraction. I only concentrate when I'm, like, in a zone, you know? But for that, I need to, like, focus. And unfortunately, that's very hard to do. But yeah. Because usually when I'm not streaming, the way I approach things is I have, like, my phone with me, I have PC on, I have sometimes my laptop on, and I'm, like, just multitasking all the time. I can't, for the love of me, just focus on one thing.
I believe you've been manipulating.
Otherwise, I feel like I'm
trades for some time now.
my brain just
Mind if
doesn't
we talk
function.
about that for a bit?
I don't know if I'm the weird one, but I focus better when I multitask. I don't know if it's just me, but when I'm doing just one thing, I can concentrate. But when I'm doing like 10 different things, my brain just like unlocks its full potential, and I'm just like on top of my game. It's pretty weird.
You can't just go around spewing such nonsense, young man.
And what if I'm not talking nonsense?
Ridiculous. I don't have time to listen to this. Get out of here, you little brat.
Alright, no need for harsh words, old man.
I know I'm on the younger side compared to you, Todoroki, so I'm sure you must have heard the old saying.
Ooh, old sayings, huh?
Off the scale, some goods only weigh a couple pounds, but on the scale, they weigh more than 1,000.
I never heard the same, but I assume he insulted him. So I'll take it as a burn.
So the question is, do you want to put your goods on the scale or not?
Sounds like a threat. Let's see what he says.
What are you trying to say?
That's my question as well, Todoroki. I kind of want to know as well.
Well, nothing. All I want to hear is you personally confirming what we already know to be the truth.
Masashi! Tokuda! Arrest these people!
I mean, whenever I work, I need to have like music on. I need to have maybe like YouTube in the background. I need to, I don't know, maybe even have some manga open somewhere. And only then can I be like, alright, time to work. But yeah, it's a curse and a blessing at the same time, really.
Huh? Todoroki, what's wrong?
Who dares to cause trouble at Sangonomiya Shrine? Huh? Wait, it's...
Sup, boys? Alright, Iron Cheek, come on. Time to get this party started.
Captain? What are you doing?
I'm making him buzz, goddammit. Now follow the orders. Get that man out of here.
These crooks are trying to pry into the secrets of Watatsumi. We mustn't let them go.
Alright, Todoroki, your mustache just annoys me at this point. Like, what is that? Why is it separated? That's not real. Hair doesn't grow like that. And if that's your style choice, you deserve to go to fashion prison just for that. Because goddamn it doesn't suit you.
But, no.
Just shave it off.
Kind of misunderstanding. Todoroki.
As a man that can grow a proper beard, I do understand the struggle. But you know what? Just shave it off. Just be a man about it. Just embrace your bald face. And just be proud about it. Because it doesn't look good. Somebody needs to say this. I know we're in the middle of like important conversation, but somebody needs to acknowledge it. And if nobody else gonna do it, I might as well do it.
This is the captain of Swordfish 2, one of our own.
It doesn't matter who they are. Remember what General Goro told you? The long-term goal of Watatsumi is to revive its trade and commerce. And since you have been assigned to work with me, it's my orders that count around here.
Oh, don't remind me of exams. Are you kidding me? Oh, I still have nightmares of school because of exams. I hated them. I never studied for exams either. I was like one of those weird kids that would just like show up to exam and like weirdly do good on them. Because I usually was one of those kids that would like, not to brag, I'm not saying as a point of bragging, more like just a point of my laziness. But I was one of those people that would like just understand the lessons, you know? It just never needed to revise stuff. Just the way my brain always worked, I was like, I got it. Obviously, if I had to do like super hard exams, I would still need to at least catch up on certain things. But most of the time, I was like, I understand it. Just move on from there. Because I hated studying. I would do anything to not study. That's probably why I paid attention in school, because I hated studying. Because I always put it in perspective of, if I learn this now, then I don't need to do it at home. And I could play video games. And maybe that's why I kind of like force myself to actually be good at school. To like actually not have to do any homework. Because in my school, if you were fine with your like studies, you never had to do homework. And maybe that was just my school, but like they just forced me to be good at things. So I never had to study. But yeah, it was kind of my experience with school in general.
I don't care if they were your captain. Would you dare disobey orders?
I wouldn't say I'm a natural genius, Satvik. Like, I feel like the word genius is a little bit redundant, because at the end of the day, if you pay attention and like take notes maybe even, you probably will do well in studies. Because I never was like one of those kids that could just ace every single exam without ever trying. Like, I still had to put effort, you know? It was just like, I never had to put as much effort as other kids, I guess, would be the most correct way of putting it. Because I did have a friend who was a genius. I had a guy who, he would just like show up to lessons every now and again. He had attendance of maybe like 30%. And he was straight A-star student. He never like, and I remember talking to him and he said, I never study, I just like, you know, just kind of understand things. And he couldn't explain like what he does either. But I was like, damn, I wish I was there. But yeah.
What do we do?
Well, what are you waiting for?
I never had detention stuff either. I thought it was a myth, because I never saw anyone get in detention. I didn't even know what it was for. I thought it was only like American thing, because in UK we don't have that. Like the worst thing they can do for you is like give you extra homework. You could just not do it. That's kind of it.
All right, I see how it is. If you two won't do it, I will.
That kind of sucks, Alex. I definitely had bad teachers as well like that. Just, you can't really do much about it. Some teachers just don't like you. For me, it was my English teacher. She just, for some reason, was out for blood with me. Even though I never, like, did anything bad for her. I think she just didn't like my general attitude towards things. Because I was like, I never distracted lesson or anything like that. But I never was, like, eager to learn, I guess. I never, like, showed enthusiasm or something on her class. Because I was never, like, massive on literature to begin with. So I guess she didn't like me because of that. So she always would, like, force me to answer questions and, like, force me to be group leader for projects and stuff like that, even though I didn't really care. But yeah, some teachers just suck, and unfortunately you can't really do much about it. It's very unfortunate, but just try not to get on their nerves as much as possible. And I wouldn't say just become like an ass kisser, but, you know, just try to appease them every now and again so they don't bother you as much as possible. It's really the best you can do, unless you... I mean, if you want, you can probably complain to maybe like your homeroom teacher, or if they are nice to you, or like maybe even your parents if you can't really talk to your teachers, because you yourself know much you can do. Unfortunately, I know it's a tough situation, but yeah, it's kind of the best thing you can do, really.
I really hoped it wouldn't come to this. But here we go.
Alex, I hope it's a metaphor, because if that's an actual thing that she asked you to do, I'm pretty sure that teacher shouldn't be a teacher. I really hope that's not the case.
Wait! Everyone, stand down!
Alex, I would suggest to complain to someone about that, because that's no teaching. I'm pretty sure that's child abuse. I would strongly recommend to talk to somebody about this. That doesn't sound normal.
General Goro! You're here. My apologies. Traveler, Detective Heizo. I was Todoroki. The Traveler here is the hero who saved Watatsumi Island. Without him, Watatsumi Island would never have found the peace it has today. We mustn't raise our weapons against him.
That sounds pretty messed up. That, as I said, that just sounds like child abuse to me. Like, jokes aside, if I were you, I would probably just don't go to her lessons. At least. Because it just sounds like she's just abusing you guys. And that's not normal.
How could you be so naive, General Goro?
That's weird. God damn.
If we let them go free, then who's to say the Shogunate won't come after us tomorrow? If the Shogunate decides to investigate, we won't be able to hide the truth.
I mean, I've been to school in England as well, like in London, but I never had to experience that stuff. Like, I don't know. I never heard of this stuff going on. Like, my teachers were fine. Like, yeah, sure, we had a little bit of fallout every now and again, but they weren't, like, abusive like that. The worst thing they did was, like, just, you know, made me answer questions more and stuff. I thought that's the type of thing you were talking about. I didn't think you were actually talking about abuse like that. Because that's not normal.
I wouldn't allow them to take you, Todoroki.
Let's not kid ourselves. If going to jail could solve the problem, I would go and turn myself into the Tenryou Commission right now. The question is, what are we going to do with the goods? Will you be able to keep them? Not to mention the chance of astronomical fines. Can you afford that?
When it comes to money, my man Todoroki, I'm pretty sure we can deal with it.
Goro, we both know that Watatsumi Island is a barren land. Plant 100 radishes here and maybe only 3 would grow. And those 3 combined would still be smaller than just 1 carrot imported from elsewhere. You can't grow food or medicinal herbs here, and if we buy them from Rito, we pay exorbitant taxes. My eldest son died fighting on the battlefield. But do you know how my second son died? He died because there was no medicine to treat him.
Alright, that's pretty sad, but I don't know where you're going with this.
You awarded both of them medals of honor, but did that save their lives? Can medals heal Tokuda and Masashi's wounds?
That's a pretty rough one there. I do agree.
No. It was the medicine that I got that saved their lives.
I mean, they are alive at least.
If we detain them today, the Shogunate will never know what we've done. Besides, we're only a few months away now. We will set them free once the new bill is passed in just a few months, and everything will be okay. None of what happened here will be mentioned again, and life on Watatsumi Island will continue to improve.
Alright, I think we go involved into some deep politics stuff, which I don't know nothing about, so Hazel, take him from me. I don't know what I'm doing at this point.
I understand, Todoroki, but they won't...
I can trust the Traveler won't, but the detective here is a Tenryou Commission officer. Forget it. You're the general. I'm just a radish farmer.
It's a new commodity tax bill currently being drafted by the Kanjo Commission. The bill exempts taxes on goods that are in short supply on Watatsumi Island.
That sounds reasonable.
Once the bill's introduced, we'll be able to buy commodities that we need from regular marketplaces.
Oh, I see. Man alive, I wish I had known sooner. In that case, how about we put your fears at ease and I'll stick around here a little longer. You know, until the bill is introduced.
Detective Hazel, are you saying that...
You mean you're willing to stay here, young man?
Interesting.
Come on, you two, what's with the strange looks? You've been keeping me under close surveillance, haven't you? Surely you must have noticed that aside from being a detective, I'm also an ordinary tourist who likes to enjoy good scenery.
Relatable.
I believe that after the new commodity bill is passed, there will be more and more traffic between the two sides, and more people will be coming to visit Watatsumi Island. I have to take the opportunity now and enjoy this place while I still have it all to myself. Before long, tourists will start pouring in.
Thank you, Detective Hazel. On behalf of the people of Watatsumi.
I'll just say you went in. They can't really blame you for not doing something you have no clue about.
My pleasure. But one good turn deserves another, does it not?
Oh, you mean there's something you wish to request?
I suppose you could say I'm from the Shogunate, but the traveler next to me isn't. As far as I know, he's planning to visit other nations soon, and it is unclear if he will return to Narukami Island or not. Therefore, there's no need to limit his freedom, right?
I'm not feeling jealous of you guys with tests and whatnot. That sounds rough.
I'm sure no
I hope
one
it goes
else
well,
here
though.
What happened today? Am I right, traveler?
Indeed you are, Hazel. Ooh.
Well, it's settled then.
Guys,
He will always be an important
we did
partner
it.
to Watatsumi, and I would never
We
dream
goddamn
of limiting
did
his
it.
freedom. So please, don't worry, Detective Hazo.
Guys, we got 6 hearts. This is a monumental occasion. We got there. Look at that. Beautiful. 6 out of 6. Greatness was achieved today.
I'll hold you to that. But if I ever find out you've lied to me again, there's a chance I'll lose my cool.
I'm sorry for not telling you the truth earlier. It's a serious matter, and I didn't want outside parties to become involved. But today, I realized my poor judgment. How could I possibly hide anything from Detective Hazo and the Traveler?
I'm glad you understand now. But, in all honesty, I'm the one who should be thanking you.
Ooh, let's hear it.
It's because of you that I was finally able to reach an answer. After all, nothing makes a detective happier than putting a case to rest.
Alright, fair.
Ah, I understand now. You really are an interesting person, Detective Hazo.
No, I'm afraid you don't quite get what I mean.
I'm sorry?
Wait! Paimon gets this one! It's the answer to your question, right? The one about the thing you sensed coming from Goro and the others. Now you figured it out!
What? The thing you sensed coming from me? But I always have excellent personal hygiene.
Oh, don't worry, Goro. You're a good boy. You take showers regularly. I'll make sure of it. Don't worry, it's not about that. Something much deeper.
No, not like that!
Hey, traveler, could I talk to you for a moment? Besides, I haven't had a chance to thank you yet.
Ooh, guys, I think we're in. I think we're finally there. Final stretch. Alright, Hazel, what do you have to say for yourself? Jean-Li's coming. In more ways than one, goddammit.
There you are. Come here. Look. It's beautiful, isn't it? Watatsumi Island.
Indeed so.
It's remarkable how such a barren land can give life to such wonderful and stunning scenery. To be honest, I am grateful to you for this trip. Before you arrived, I was running around like a headless chicken. Even if I happened to find out what was going on here, I wouldn't have been able to uncover any concrete information without you present. I'm just sorry that I promised I'd accompany you back. It appears that I won't be able to do so for the time being. So please, cover for me in the meantime, okay?
Alright, shouldn't be an issue, Hazel.
It's all in the past now. Let's just chalk it up as an intriguing experience I had on my trip here. Besides, that's not what I wanted to investigate anyway. Yes, everyone you led me to and everything they said brought me closer to the answer. And now I finally get it. Watatsumi Island is an ancient land where the soil is poor and many crops do not grow because it's lacking a certain thing.
Yes, I love. Come on, say it, Hazel. Say it with me.
But what the inhabitants of this land do have is bravery. They were courageous enough to stand up and resist the gods and accomplish what they knew could not be done. This is yet another instance in which that certain thing shines.
No worries, Zach. Have a good one. I mean, we'll be rounded up soon anyway.
That missing element, that certain thing, is what I sensed present in Goro, Todoroki, Tokuda, and Masashi.
I'm pretty sure we almost at the home stretch here, because we're gonna round it up as soon as Hazel is done.
Which is the true vitality of this land.
Alright, sounds fair.
I guess I was mistaken when I declared that something was missing. that something from this island had evaporated into thin air. Because even something that evaporates is not gone. It's still there, just in a different state of being. When water is heated by fire, it evaporates and eventually finds its place in the sky. Similarly, when the land was harmed, its vitality evaporated and eventually found its place among the inhabitants.
Oh, hey, Tanish. Hopefully you're doing okay.
This is the final answer I've been searching for. Anyway, thanks again.
Oh, no worries, Hazel. You're always welcome.
You know, even though we just met, I wish you could be my partner all the time. Call me Grady, I guess.
Ooh, I mean, it could be arranged, Hazel. I mean, it is a season, you know? It is a day. So, play your cards right, and who knows? Next thing you know, it might be you and me in a restaurant with a nice meal and a drink or two.
But, of course, I know that's impossible. You have your own journey to complete.
I mean, I can take a break. It's not that urgent, you know. Our sister can wait. I'm just saying.
So I'll just keep doing what I can. Hopefully keeping my memories from evaporating safe and sound in my mind.
Oh, I'm doing alright. Just, you know, rounding up some dating stuff that we were doing today. Had some fun stuff. Shared a few stories along the way. And yeah, it was pretty fascinating.
That way,
Experience.
I'll always be able to remember these beautiful things. The beauty of Watatsumi Island. The people who are full of life and vitality. And you two, who are by my side.
Oh, that was beautiful. Oh, look at that. Memories do not evaporate. The journey will end, but the memories will remain. That's beautiful. It's a great journey right there. And I think it's there. We're probably gonna leave it there. It was a journey unlike any other. I hope you enjoyed today. It was definitely a memorable experience. I hope you all had fun. And yeah, I do agree, Tanish. You came a little bit towards the end, but I would recommend to widen up a little bit backwards if you would like to see the entire experience. It was pretty fascinating, if you will. There was some funny parts, if you will. I shared a few stories that were a bit more personal than probably I should have said, but you know what? It happened, and it probably will be fun for you. But yeah, as I was saying, guys, I hope you had fun, and I hope you enjoyed the experience. I hope you have the rest of your Valentine's Day today, and if you don't have somebody to share it with, always remember, Jean-Lee is there for you. He's the one that will always have a place for you in his heart. And if anything, just get yourself some chocolate and treat yourself. Anyway, I hope you have a good one, day, or evening, or night even. And I'll see you guys later in the next stream, which is probably will be on Thursday. But tomorrow I'll probably take a little bit of a break just to recompose myself. Anyway, have a good one, guys. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.